Welcome back to my channel. This is gonna be like the most informal video I will probably do. Actually, let me not say that because I may probably do more like this because I know that I'm like super behind and life has been crazy. I've been super exhausted. I'm filming at home. It's Monday night and that is Lance playing his little Oculus game in the background. So he's like competing or whatever. So if you see me look that way, it's just because he's there. And I'm tired.
You had a good thing going, bro. You had a good thing.
Why does he have to talk so loud? Stop talking so loud.
30 more seconds, they would have all killed each other.
So anyways, back to what I was saying. It's Monday night. I'm really tired. I just wanted to get a video out, so I figured I'd just film. Literally with the camera in my hand. Yeah, that's Alexa. My camera in my hands, talking to the camera from the sofa about what has happened in the past 2 weeks, and just deal with the background noise because I'm not gonna keep pausing every time he like screams or whatever. So
I've done that before. No, it's not. I've done that before.
This is what I live with, you guys. So the past 2 weeks has been great. I've kept up all my runs. I did not last week but the week before, which is what I missed to capture, which was week 7. I did 3 miles and 3 miles, and then my long run was 5. I was actually really tired that day, so I ended up running, like, instead of Saturday I ran on Sunday, and I was just like, I remember I was exhausted, but I did it and not a terrible time. And this past week I was lit AF because I did 3 miles on Wednesday. No, 4 miles on Wednesday, 3 miles on Thursday, and Saturday. Saturday, I ran 9 miles. 9 miles, but I did all the 9 miles, and I ran it with Ceci, and I do feel like she does motivate me to run fast because she's a much better runner than I am. And I ran 9-minute, 45-second miles consistently. Like the full 9 miles.
Asshole. You asshole!
I'm not gonna edit this out, so you guys are gonna hear what it sounds like when you are married to someone who plays Oculus. They scream obscenities all day long.
You fuck.
You see? So I ran the 9 miles, 9-minute, 45.
As soon as I ran out of ammo, I got the guy with like my last bullet, and then GT just cleans him.
I'm gonna post this just like this, and he's gonna be so pissed when I upload it, pero habla tan alto, tan alto. Anyways, so I was super proud of myself. Sorry, I'm like super fidgety because I feel so unnatural like filming like this. Whatever. And yeah, the last time I ran the 9 miles, which was 4 weeks before then, it took me, I did them 11 minutes. 11 minutes, and I shaved off a minute and 15 seconds per mile, which is such an accomplishment. Like, I cannot believe it. It made me like even more excited to run, which is crazy. And I was just like, damn, Lisette, like your body has come a long way, because like, I'm not gonna lie, the first month I was like a mega struggle bus. Like I was doing the miles, but I was struggling. And the past 4 weeks have been crazy too, because like it's just been like an up and down. But the worst part is that week 9, now my mileage starts cranking up. That like during the week I do like 3 miles, 5 miles, 4 miles, and then Saturday's run. This Saturday's run is 10 miles. So I'm just starting not to like panic, but I'm just starting to get nervous that I'm gonna have to get really creative with the routes, because I can't keep taking the same route over and over again. I'm gonna get bored. But like it's actually very hard to find long distances here in New York because this is a very small island. So I have to like start pulling back my runs into like some of the outer boroughs. So I'm gonna have to find routes from the Bronx into the city, from Brooklyn into the city. I already did Queens into the city. So I'll probably start integrating like more bridges and stuff. But yeah, I'm excited. And I'm wearing a sweater in almost May because it is like 40, it was like 40 something degrees this morning. And I was like, oh. But anyways, this week's run, I'm very excited because not this past week, but the week before, I celebrated 9 years in New York City. And I honestly can't believe it. I can't believe that I've been living in the city for this long. so many people doubted me. Like, I remember when I said I was moving to New York, everyone's like, oh, she's just going through a phase, que linda. Like, no, I really like wanted to leave, and not because of anything. Like, a lot of stuff had happened like with a previous relationship, and I don't know, I needed to start fresh. I felt stuck in my professional career, and I just decided I wanted to leave Miami. And everyone's like, she's not gonna make it, you'll last a year. And lo and behold, 9 years later, I am still here, still thriving, and still obsessed with this city. And it's so crazy because I wasn't sure I would even be here this long. I mean, I knew that I could handle New York because I'm a very strong person and I'm very determined. Like, when I want something, I want it, and I will do whatever it takes to get what I want, with morals and dignity and integrity. And I thought maybe I'd be here for like 5 years, like feel it out, then go home. And then of course I fall in love, and there's Lance, and then we get married, and now this sort of feels like home, and it feels nice to have 2 homes. So yeah, like my past 2 runs, I was thinking about New York a lot, and just like how much I've evolved here. I don't even want to say that I've changed, because I feel like I've always been the same person, but the city has done like really great things for me, and I just love this city, and I'm so excited to run the marathon in the city that has adopted me and that I love, and that has literally transformed me into a badass. Because I do think, as much as I shit on New York, because there's a lot of hard things about this city, and it's not for everyone. I will say New York City is a very tough city, personally and professionally, especially when you've had every comfort in the world, and then you come here and everything's just so hard. Like, little things just become difficult. Like doing groceries, realizing that like having a washer and dryer in your building is considered a luxury, having to do, you know, just like little things. And then there's like snow, you don't have a car, because having a car is actually more of a headache than it alleviates. You taking the subway when you're sick and you don't feel good, and then you're being smashed by like 500 people, and just like little things like that test you. But then like you live in the best city in the world with access to so many things, and like you're never bored in New York. There's always something happening, free events, the park. Like, it's literally like the capital of everything, or like the center of everything. Plus, professionally, it is like, I mean, professionally, I will say New York City will make you or break you. I remember the first like 2 months I had my job, because I came here with a job. And I remember like working, just being like exhausted, but like exhausted, like a feeling I'd never understood. Because like I remember my boss being like, okay, here's your to-do list, and I was like, for the week, right? And she's like, no, today. And I was like, how am I supposed to get all this shit done today? She's like, well, you can eat at your desk, you can get here on time, because in Miami, I would stroll into the office at 9:30, 10 o'clock, legit take like a 1.5 hour lunch outside of the office, and leave at 6 o'clock on the dot. How I got anything done, I do not know, because in New York, you get a reality check that you are the first one in, last one out. It like thickens your skin, especially when you work in corporate America here. Like, you are reminded every single day that you better be on your A game, because there's like 25 people behind you for your job, and you're just like, oh my god. And I think that training was so key. Like, I wish everyone that I worked with in Miami could like work in New York for like 6 months, and you will never not say that like you, like, I don't know what I'm trying to say, but basically like hard work has a very definition here in New York than it does in any other city. And now that I own a business in the city, it is exponentially harder, but I love it, and I feel like I'm made for it, and I thrive in this psychotic city, and I just love it. So this video is dedicated to one of the last loves of my life for the last 9 years, which is New York mother effing city. I know I'm trying not to cuss, but Lance has already like cussed like 500 times. So that's that, and I wish I had more to say, but I'm really tired, and my program with my trainer doesn't start yet. I think it doesn't actually start for like another month, because it's a 20-week program, and I don't think we hit 20 weeks until like June anyways. So I'll still be training on my own. But what else can I say? Oh, I started reading a book called Born to Run. I'm gonna do a bigger feature on it in my next video, and it's written by this guy called Christopher MacDougall. Yeah, MacDougall. And it was recommended to me by a fellow WeWorker. Sorry, I had to burp. TMI. So it was recommended by a fellow WeWorker that in small talk, he was like, I ran the marathon like 7 years ago. And I'm like, oh, tell me everything. Like anytime somebody has told me they ran the New York City Marathon, I literally will corner them like a psycho. And I'm like, tell me everything I know. So he was just like giving me all this wealth. And he's like, you know, Alyssa, you should really read this book. It's called Born to Run. And it breaks down like the human, not even psychology, I guess like the physiology of running. And this guy who writes like at all these magazines and New York Times and Men's Health and all these like crazy notable publications, and he's an avid like marathoner who just like dove deep into like why we run and the psychology behind it, and that actually humans can outrun in distance any other animal on the planet. So even though there's animals that can run faster than humans, obviously they can't go the distances that humans can. So like it talks about like this tribe in Mexico actually, which creates what they call like the ultra runners. These people will run like 150 miles in one day nonstop. And this is like an old tribe that doesn't even run with sneakers. They don't train, they just run with no injuries, no nothing. So they do this study and like they try to take races to this tribe in Mexico. It's called the Tarahuma tribe. The book is fascinating. I'm only on like page 70 of it and I'm like already obsessed. And he was like, Lisette, it's gonna validate all the reasons why you run, because it's also like a very human trait to want to run. There's a lot of things that happen to your body when you start running, but it's also like a very tribal thing. He's like, it's human instinct to run, right? He's like, when we were like primates, we would have to like run from one place to the next, but you would do it in a pack, in a group. So it's just super cool. So I'll like link it in the description box below. And you know, I will really try to be more consistent, but it is what it is, y'all. Like, I don't do this full-time like most content creators, so I hope you find this style of random babbling with no outline, no nothing, interesting. And yeah, I'm gonna keep this one real short because that's that. But yes, don't forget to subscribe, share, ask me any questions. But yeah, I'll just end it by saying that the first 2 months of training were great, but I'm not gonna lie, I'm gonna get nervous now because the first 2 months were the easy months, because even though 9 miles is a lot, that's probably going to be the shortest distance. Actually, I lie. This Saturday I run 10, and then it triggers back to 7 miles. But then the next 2 Saturdays after that is 12 and 13. So like in 3 weeks, I'm running a half. So yeah, so after like these next 4 weeks, like that's it. Like these past 8 weeks, these are the shortest distances I will be running, because from here on out, it's basically 10 miles and up between now and the marathon. So this is gonna be really interesting. But the best part about all of this, and y'all, you already know I did a video about my love of carbs. I love bread, I love bagels, I love pasta. So like the days of my runs are like the best, because I wake up and I eat like a bagel. Like this past Saturday for the 9 mile run, I go once a week to Whole Foods. They have fresh bagels every single day. They're like $1. I'm obsessed. So I'll buy like a shit ton of bagels, and then I buy like all different flavors. So this Saturday I was like, I'm gonna eat myself an entire blueberry bagel, because I normally don't eat a whole bagel. I'll like cut the bagel in half and I eat half a bagel at a time. But I ate the whole bagel, and then I was like, I'm gonna demolish this run, which I did. And then I came home, I drank a protein shake, obviously to rebuild the muscles and, you know, regenerate, whatever. And then like literally like 2 hours after that, I'm like, I'm eating pizza. So yeah, I don't care, because literally on Saturday I burned 1,200 calories. So which basically says I can eat whatever I want, which is not really true. I don't really eat whatever I want, because honestly I get full pretty fast. but it just makes my love of carbs, like, it offsets, so it levels off. But I am seeing a lot of changes in my body, obviously for the better, which is kind of cool. Like, I'm excited to see how my body transforms. Like, I'm still thick. What's interesting is that, like, I still weigh the same, but things are shape shifting. Like, my legs and my glutes are for sure tightening up. I see, like, my butt is lifting. I'm like, yes, these are all the things, but, like, this has come at a very expensive cost of time, and just running. And I do see, like, my stomach, even though, again, like, I weigh the same, like, I haven't really lost weight, but I feel like things are changing. So, like, while I might be losing fat, I'm definitely gaining muscle. I see my legs are getting stronger. I see abs oddly forming, but all lower abs. And I do think, like, I really try really hard when I'm running I try, and I don't even know how to explain this. Like, I try to take the pressure off my knees by, like, somehow propelling myself from, like, my lower abs and my butt. So that I also don't overexert my hamstring. Like, running forces you to be hyper and acutely aware of every part of your body, which I particularly like. I just think that, like, especially these long distances, it's like sort of like a form of meditating. But while you're doing it, like, you just have to, like, know, like, it's like breathing, get oxygen, keep moving, make sure your knees aren't hurting. Like, so I've been trying to, like, run from, like, the center of my body, and, like, I see, like, my stomach is flattening and all that good stuff. So yeah, I ain't complaining about that, because everyone's like, you're gonna get so skinny. I'm like, that's not true. I'm not gonna be running marathons for the rest of my life. The ones that are like un palillo of like 0% body fat, the people who do like marathons every other month, like, that's not gonna be me. Like, I will stay slim thick, as I call myself. So all right, now I'm officially done, because now this video is hitting like 17 minutes. All right, bye. I love you guys. Thank you so much. I'll try to get another video in this weekend, hopefully, fingers crossed. And thank you all for watching this one. Okay, bye.